So in the history of Porsche, there's the people and the cars that made the brand so iconic. And that goes back to the 50s and the 60s when they were known as the giant killers. And everyone was in a fight to get a lightweight car with the highest horsepower engine, which really nothing has changed in the present. Same thing, same goal we're going for. So I'm standing next to someone with a famous name. You're the junior, Joe Buzzetta. But anyone who studied motorsports or heard about Porsche motorsports knows about your dad, who was the factory driver from 66 to 70, I think.
Right.
And he won his class at Sebring. He won the 1,000 kilometers at the Nürburgring overall.
Yeah, overall race, yep.
But more importantly, he drove this beast behind us, which you just had on the track here at VIR.
Yeah.
You're driving for the first time, I'm told?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's an eye-opening thing, because usually vintage race a Lotus.
Lotus
you're
and a
used
Chevrolet.
to lightweight cars.
Very similar to this.
Yeah,
actually.
don't have any stability aids or all-wheel drive.
Right.
It's up to the driver.
If you're a Porsche enthusiast like I am, I invite you to join our community. Just head over to pca.org and get ready to take your ownership experience to the next level. We'd appreciate it if you give us a like, comment, and subscribe. We've got lots of Porsche content coming your way. Now back to the video.
So let's discuss what an Elva Porsche is.
Okay. Well, my dad always said it was a diabolical car, handling-wise. So I don't know yet. I've only been out, done a few laps, and we're just sorting some things. But it's basically a lightweight British chassis. And somewhere along the line, they got the idea to put the 4-cam Porsche engine in it. The Elvas had other variants also, like BMW and whatnot. But this car would have had the 4-cam engine in it originally. Now it's a 911 power. The 4-cam's long gone. We don't know where it is.
He says it sits now with the 911. It's just a little over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's just insane, because Porsche at the time was running 718s, RS60s, and they were aluminum. They were as lightweight as they could possibly get.
Yeah.
And they were considered fat compared to the Elva.
Yeah, I think that's true. I know these cars had handling issues, something to do with the rear trailing arms. And again, I haven't experienced that yet, thank goodness. But it's definitely a diabolical little car.
But your dad was able to tame it. Even if the factory driver, some other German factory driver, drove it once and refused to drive it again.
Yeah, he did not love the car. He managed to be the 2-liter national champion for SCCA that year. I think it was '64, and I'm sure he did it. I'm sure it was a hard year. It wasn't an easy car.
So when you look at it, everything looks so fragile.
Yeah.
The cage, the aluminum looks super thin. It's a car that you basically don't have an accident in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a chrome moly frame, but it's pretty delicate. Although my Lotus is even thinner, to be honest. This is a little bit beefier.
So it was raining this morning, so you went out, I think, on a wet track.
Yeah.
The first time. What were your first impressions of the car?
That I should come back in, probably. Yeah, it was not fun. Yeah, every time I went like this, the car went straight. Yeah, it's not the right tire, not the right anything, and we're just trying to sort out the basics. So we just had a wheel bearing, I think, lock up. So but that's why we're here. Try to sort this out before the show at Rennsport.
The Rennsport Reunion is a big show where everyone's going to hear for the first time,
right?
Probably for the first time for a lot of people, an Elva Porsche song, along with its contemporaries. The 550s, the 718s, the RS60s.
I'm hoping not to embarrass myself.
But I think this will be a great piece of history. And when they see that last name, Buzzetta, especially here on the East Coast, that's New York. It was a synonymous. It was a name. Yeah. Your dad had a dealership competition import, I think?
We still do.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have dealerships in Smithtown and Huntington, New York. But yeah, my dad's name, it's a lot to live up to. I've been vintage racing for about 3 years, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And it's funny because everywhere I go, is that Joe Buzzetta? And they see me, and oh, it's not him, But I'm the other Joe Buzzetta, I say.
You're still carrying on the bloodline, and I think your dad would have loved to have driven in one with the 6-cylinder.
I think he'd be happy about it, although he'd be worried. He'd be saying, "Be careful, because he knows this car is a little bit, it's a little bit of an evil car." But yeah, I think he'd be happy. And when this came available and it was for sale, it was one of those, kind of have to buy it. I wasn't sure if we were going to just display it or, use it a little bit, maybe some club meets, but it just seemed right to bring it to Rennsport. So.
Yeah, I think it's great that it's living once again to do what it was made to do,
Yeah.
was run on the track.
Right.
So if this airs after Rennsport, I'm sure if you look at the highlights from Rennsport, you're going to see this car around, because while there may be a lot of 550s, 904s, 7 RS60s, I guarantee I think this will be the only Elva Porsche.
It might be. If it's fun to drive, you'll see it out again.
There we go.
If not, it'll go in
But
the
Joe will be
museum.
wearing his helmet, so you can't see the terror in his eyes.
That's right.
That's right.
Try it out on track. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah, let's give it a shot. See how it is.
getting warmed up again.
If not, I don't want to. If you start hearing the grinding, don't insist, because obviously you're trying to get into reverse.
Yeah.